Hi there, and thanks for watching this video. Today I'm going to be doing my 30-day review of the Proactiv system, Proactiv MD. And so I've been using it for 30 days, day and night. And so I wanted to give you an overview of any improvements that I've seen in my skin or no improvements that I've seen in my skin so far, pros of what I've been doing, cons, as well as a week-by-week breakdown of the entire product line. So if you're in the market to buy Proactiv and you're not quite sure of how your results would be after the first 30 days, this video is going to be for you. I'm going to insert before pictures as well as 30-day pictures so that you can see my skin from when I started using Proactiv until now. That way you can kind of get a gauge for how much movement or improvement I've seen in my skin so far. Let's talk about week one. Week one, I noticed that my skin was very shiny. I have oily combination skin, and so no matter what I do, even wearing makeup, my skin gets very oily very quickly. And so the glow that I got the first week was initially like the same glow I would get from wearing makeup. I definitely had to pat my face a lot to make sure that I reduced the oil. So I'm going to show you what you use during the day. I have a video about my morning routine that I will link here as well as in the description box below so that you can kind of see the different type of products that you would use for daytime versus nighttime. So of course during the day you're going to use the deep cleansing face wash, and this is for acne prone skin. Again, I got the MD. I'm not sure about the other two systems, but this is the one that I'm using. So you use this for daytime as well as nighttime. So technically you're using this twice a day, and pretty much you would wet your face and then scrub this on usually for a minute. I've been using my hands. I have not used any other product to put this on, so just keep that in mind too. If you have like a face scrubber or something like that, when you put this on you might get different results, but I've just been using my hands just because my face is really sensitive. Next is the balancing toner. These two you would use twice a day. So as you can tell, there's like, you know, a little bit gone already, but I got the 90-day supply, so I guess this is how much you use in 90 days. I was using a cotton swab with this, but my face was getting some type of like residue from the cotton swab, so I just stopped using the cotton swab and I started putting it on with my fingers, kind of like if you were doing like a face cologne. You would just put a couple of dabs in your hand and then blah. That's what I would do. So I use this twice a day as well. These two, again, it created the like first week glow. And then in the daytime you add the daily oil control moisturizer SPF 30. It didn't really help for me. Like I said, as soon as I put this on, my face was extremely oily. I only put on one pump that go across the entire face, so just bear that in mind. And then at night, instead of using the sunscreen, you use the actual acne treatment gel, and I find that you just need a really little bit of this because it will leave your face tacky, and it will also make your face really dry if you put too much on. So usually I just put like a dollop, like the amount that is at the top that's come out. That's how much I actually put on my face at nighttime, and I've been doing that twice a day for 30 days, so I've used this 60 times. So that was the week one result. It's just my face became really oily. Week two was actually interesting because my face became really dry the entire week. I didn't know what was going on. It was just like I would use it and then it was just completely dry. and so I ended up having to put an additional moisturizer on top of it day and night because I found that my skin became very, very dry. It was flaky, cracky, and I'm like, I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not sure if it's a part of that. I do know that in the instructions it says if you experience any type of irritation or dryness to stop and go every other day. So at the end of week 2, that's what I started to do, was go every other day using the acne treatment at night. I still did the sunscreen in the morning, but at night I didn't. I skipped every other day using the acne treatment. Week 3, I went back to every other day and I still had the glow, but about day 3 of going back to doing it every day, I noticed the dryness started to come back. So I said, all right, well, maybe I can't use this every day. It was week 3 at that point. So I also decided to cut back on using the sunscreen. So I would still use the face wash and the toner, but instead of using the sunscreen, I would use like a regular lotion, like a Vino Daily Moisturizer during the daytime. And I did that at night as well. That way it allowed the moisture to stay in a lot better and my face wasn't dry. Obviously, changing pillowcases often did help. I usually change my pillowcases weekly just because when you have acne prone skin, you have to keep your pillowcases changed often. So that is something that we do here. And I noticed that even doing that, there was no real change in like the dryness or anything like that. Week 4, I went back to being completely dry again. And that's when I've been doing it every other day at this point. So now that we're at the end of 30 days, I just do it every other day and I'm still experiencing dryness. I notice the dryness is on my cheeks, right here in the middle between my eyebrow, as well as a little bit on my chin. And that's pretty odd because usually the places that I get really, really oily are my nose and the top of my forehead. So just to have the right side of my cheek be really, really dry and in between the eyebrows is not normal. I thought that the dryness would have probably come from the areas that had the most like shininess, but that is not the case. So that is how my first month, 30 days of Proactiv went. Now I'm going to get into any improvements that I think I see in my skin. To be honest, I personally don't see any real improvement. I'm still breaking out. I have acne that comes every month due to my menstrual cycle. So I don't really see any improvement. I do know that as far as like my skin looking lighter, I feel like it's starting to get more even. But as far as like the dark spots and blemishes, I definitely don't see an improvement with that. And I just feel like maybe it's going to take my skin a little longer just because it is more hereditary, to see if probably at the end of using it for another 30 days if the results will be more noticeable then. But to me so far, I don't really see any significant changes to be like, oh my god, you know, this is like working for your girl. How do I feel about going into month 2? I'm very optimistic. I know it may take a while. I'm a lot older than when I first started taking Proactiv in my 20s. I'm in my 30s now, so your skin's not going to operate the same way it did in your teens or in your 20s. So I'm definitely optimistic that in month 2 or month 3 I will see results. So we'll just have to see. I'm going to continue using it every other day at this point to see if that will make any significant difference within my skin. But so far I'm really optimistic, and I don't have any negative feelings about it not working the first 30 days. My plans after month 3, if I don't see any real significant changes after month 3, I might stop using Proactiv and use another system. I think within 90 days it should be long enough for me to see some improvement. So if I don't see any, then it might not be the right system at this stage in my life. I definitely just wanted to give it a try because I've used it before, but we'll see after 90 days how I feel as well as how my skin looks. looks after that. But so far, I'm optimistic that by the end of March, which will be the end of 90 days, that I'll see some improvement. But right now, if I don't see any after 30 days, I'll probably discontinue using the Proactiv and find another system that might be more appropriate for my skin at this stage in my life. I think maybe for month 2 or 3, I might start using one of those automatic face scrubbers. I've been looking at a couple, and I'll definitely update you at the 60-day video if I added something new to my regimen as far as day or nighttime routine. But right now, I've just been using my hands. Like I said, my skin gets pretty sensitive when you agitate it quite often, so I've just been trying to keep minimum like abrasiveness to the skin as possible to make sure it doesn't alter any results that I might get. I have increased my water intake. I would say I'm drinking about almost close to my weight in water. I do obviously have a soda or a juice, you know, or some tea, but I definitely try to make sure that when I go to bed, I'm having at least a 16 to 32 ounce bottle of water before I go to bed. Throughout the night, I experience dry mouth because of my braces and wearing a retainer. So when I do have to get up, I'm making sure I'm drinking at least 8 ounces of water then. And then throughout the day, just making sure I'm drinking water to make sure that at least the water intake is also helping to clear my skin. The last thing that I want to definitely go over is just the pillowcases. We're using regular cotton pillowcases. I know some people use satin pillowcases, but I'm not that fancy. If I feel that the pillowcases are absorbing too much oil from my hair or from my skin, I will definitely look into changing them out. But for right now, I think the pillowcases that I'm using are just fine. They're cotton. They've been working for me all this time. But if I do feel like I'm seeing improvement but it's slowing because of the pillowcases, I will definitely let you know in the 60-day video. So that's it for this 30-day update. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I put out videos weekly. This is April from loveaprilkc.com. For more details about the products that I mentioned, you can click the link in the description box where you can find them all listed out on my blog. And I will continue to update you regarding my skincare routine because we're trying to get all this together for 2021. Thank you so much for watching. Here is a playlist of more videos that are similar to this, and I hope you enjoy. Until next video, take care.